if you're not whole, you come into the relationship thinking that the other person is going to make you whole. And no other person can ever make you whole. Like, you have to become whole within yourself. Trouble. And we're live! Hey guys!
Hey guys!
Welcome back to our channel. Guys, I know it's been a long time, but I'm so grateful for people that are always thinking about us, that gives us hope and bless us to keep going even when we can't post every day like we want to. I'm so grateful for those people that continue to inspire us and encourage us in spite of life, Tamaria, life. So, and life has been hitting us hard lately. So guys, just keep us in your prayers, but we're back. We're back.
Yes.
Okay, you gonna mind today?
Sorry.
Okay. So guys, today we have a seafood boil. So we have crab legs. You want to show them the crab legs? We have crab legs. We have corn. We have some good sweet corn. Oh guys, we got eggs for the first time. So I've seen a lot of videos where they have the eggs in the seafood boil, and we've never tried them. So we're going to try them today.
I hope it's good.
And then what else do we have? Oh, potatoes.
Did you say shrimp?
Oh, we have shrimp. We have potatoes. And then we also have
the famous,
and this bowl is so heavy, Bloves sauce. And then Tamaria has some butter for her crab legs. We got some ginger ale. And then I got my water. Did you get water? You need to drink some water. You drink too much pop. For real, you drink too much pop. Anyway, we're going to say the grace and get started. We missed you guys. Hey! All right. What we're going to say?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten all day.
Okay, me either. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this food. We ask, God, that you would bless, that it would nourish our bodies, and that it would digest well. We ask, Lord God, that you provide food for the homeless, that you open up our hearts to be mindful of the people that need to eat, especially first thing in the morning. In Jesus' name, amen. So guys, I'm going to show you later on in the video, I am still doing breakfast bags for the homeless. And for some of the people that's never been to our channel, I'm just going to give you a sample of what I've started. Something simple, something we can do to help feed the homeless. So I'll show you guys that a little later. But right now we're going to eat. All right. So I want to try this egg. We're going to dive right into the crab legs. I'm going to try the egg. Okay, so I'm going to dip it in this sauce.
Show your sauce, Mom.
It's right here.
No, it's not.
You can't see it? All right. Here we go. Man. Guys, seafood boils, they are messy. All right.
Ooh, this is so juicy.
Okay. Can you guys see that? No, you can't see that. Maybe right here. Okay, I'm going to dip it in the sauce. And this sauce is hot. Oh, it's hot. All right. Tastes like a boiled egg.
I wonder, like, what is the significance of it?
I'm gonna
Like,
dip it
why do
back in
y'all
the
put
sauce.
eggs in your boil? Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Because I've never seen it before, but I see a lot of you guys do it on there.
It just tastes like an egg. Let me dive into these shrimp, because I told you guys, unfortunately, I don't like crab.
I just feel like you probably haven't
good.
had it made right.
I've tried it again, again, again. And I don't like it. I don't like I don't know, it just has a fishy taste to me.
Mm. So guys, okay guys, technical difficulties.
So guys, we I don't know if you guys watched the new show with Michelle Williams and Chad. I don't know his last name.
Yeah.
But her fiance, and it was actually really good.
Yeah. It was really good. I love them. They give me hope.
They were on the Breakfast Club a couple days ago. Was it yesterday or a couple days ago?
I think yesterday.
And I absolutely loved it because they were talking about how they originally went in for therapy for their marriage, right? Or for their relationship. And then they both decided to get individual therapy. And something that Michelle Williams said, she said that before you get married, the two of you need to be whole. And Chad was saying, like, he didn't even know some of the things that he had kind of buried as a child that came out, during their relationship. And that's like something that he needed to talk about with the therapist so that you can get help in healing for those old wounds before you even enter into a relationship with somebody else. I thought that was just awesome.
Yeah.
And oh, go ahead. I ain't gonna do all talking. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I agree. Because it will spill over into the marriage, and a marriage is way harder to get out of than just breaking up.
Absolutely it is. It be that sauce. But that is so true because I was married for almost 20 years and I'm divorced now. And that's the thing, when the both of us first got married, neither one of us were whole, right? And so before we even got married, we should have both been in therapy, just dealing with our childhood issues, our young adult issues, and we never did. And so if you're not whole, you come into the relationship thinking that the other person is going to make you whole. And no other person can ever make you whole. Like, you have to become whole within yourself. And one of the things that Michelle said, she was asking like Charlemagne and DJ Envy, and what's the other girl name? Angela Yee, if they thought about getting therapy. Because therapy, she's right, therapy is good for everybody. Because a lot of times, because life happens, and if you don't deal with it, you just bury it, and then it comes out later on because there's a buildup of stuff that's happened to you. But I think that's just so awesome that they're just honest and open to dealing with those issues. It's a lot of times, not all of the Black culture, but a lot of times the Black culture, we've been taught not to talk about the things that happen to us, and that we should never not talk about it. We should always talk about it, because they will come up in relationships. Right? Is that correct? Yeah. And then, you wind up getting married, and when you get married, you think about wanting to be with that person forever. The same thing with Will and Jada.
Oh yeah,
the table talk.
Yeah. I just love how open both of them are. Both relationships are.
Yeah.
And there's like not a boundary, like we can't talk about this. Because you have to talk about everything. Well, you have to be able to. Another person has to be able to listen.
Yeah, you should never, like, if something traumatic has happened to you, like growing up, you should never bury it. You should immediately get help and allow somebody, a professional, to help you work through those issues or work through that hurt before you get into a relationship with anybody. One thing that Michelle said was that she had gotten to a place where she was fine with just being by herself. Like, it didn't bother her, not to date anybody or have anybody. And I am a living witness of, like, when I started my journey 20 years ago of wanting to be whole. And trust me, it's a process, but you have to be committed to going through the process. And you have to talk about some things and deal with some things in your life that are ugly. Some things come up and you be like, oh, I didn't tell me I had that on my stuff.
I didn't see it.
But some stuff comes up and you're like, I didn't even know that was there. But it's so good to be open to, it's called being exposed and not wearing a mask. And so anytime you want healing, like, you have to be honest with yourself about who you are, what you're doing, what type of person that you are. You have to be open and honest. And
you have to accept yourself for who you are.
Yes.
Because a lot of times people try to change to try to keep a relationship. Like, if I do this, he'll want to be with me. Okay, well, if I do this, he'll want to be with me. When it's like, just be yourself, and whoever is supposed to be with you is going to be with you. And that's why I like Chad, because he doesn't care. Like, he lets her just completely be herself. Like, doesn't try to change her because he's a pastor.
Right.
And now she has to be this first lady who's speaking and teaching and preaching because I'm a pastor.
Right.
It's like he left his job, his ministry.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
did he?
And he moved here.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
And she said that, remember, she was like, she had become a chameleon. Like, if this person wanted a church girl, then she'd be the church girl. If this person wanted, a thotty, then she was a thotty. And so that's why it's so important to get help. And I'm telling you, my process took a while, but it's like the best feeling in the world to know that you don't have to be in a relationship. Like, I'm so grateful I've had opportunities to be in relationships, but I've made the choice. I made the choice that I did not want to be in a relationship. My whole focus right now is making sure that these kids succeed. Then maybe after they graduate college and go off and do their thing, then maybe I'll decide to date.
What?
Then maybe I'll decide to date. They think that I'm never going to date, guys.
She's not.
Anyway, as I was saying, but that's how you know, like, you're whole within yourself, because there was a point in my life, in my younger days, where a person that's not whole, they look for love in another person. They think that that other person is going to make you happy. Right. And that is so not the case. And so now,
because then what's going to happen when that person gets on your nerves? you're going to leave and then go to the next person. Then they're going to get on your nerves. And you're going to leave and leave and leave and leave. And then you're never going to be married.
Right.
You're never going to be committed to anybody.
Right. 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 And so I give them kudos for being honest and recognizing that they needed the help and then actually went and got the help. Because I know that I would not be the person that I am today if I had not made the decision to say I wanted to be different, right? I wanted to be whole. I didn't want to be that girl that was looking for love in all the wrong places. I didn't want to be that girl. So I'm very grateful to God. And yes, I have been in therapy. And I'm so, this one therapist was like, she was like, girl, you are just fine. You don't need no help. And I was still struggling. Even though I had become whole, it was still other things that I was struggling
maybe
with.
Not in that area.
Right. No more. For. Yeah. But absolutely, you should, especially before you get married or get in a relationship.
Sometimes I feel like, me personally, if I've been dating somebody for a long time, and I feel like I could potentially spend the rest of my life with this person, the moment I felt like that, I would want to get into therapy.
Right.
Before an engagement.
That's good.
When I said that the other day.
Was I ignoring you?
Yeah, you said.
I probably was ignoring you.
You said you didn't think that was necessary. And I was like,
no, I must not have been paying attention.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
I feel like
I'm all for that.
Because I'm not a person, I don't just date people just to date people. I used to, but not anymore. I'm not interested in that anymore. So a lot of times people are like, how are you 23? You're single. You're not talking to anybody. It's like, I'm not interested in dating, like, just to date. If I'm going to date you, it's because I was friends with you before, and now we're moving to the next level.
Yeah.
Because I see something in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to be my baby daddy. And my husband.
I rebuke that.
My husband first.
Yes. Thank you. I don't rebuke that. But that other statement, my baby daddy. I thought you meant without the husband.
No. Because of the God I serve. I can't do that. But if I had that option, because marriage is different now.
Yes, I've been married, again, almost 20 years, and I'm recently divorced. We were separated for many years, but the divorce was just finalized this year. But marriage is hard work, and you both have to be committed to working on each other. It can't just be one person. It can't be one person saying that it's all you, and they don't think anything is wrong with them. Like what Chad said. Now he never said he thought he didn't think anything was wrong with him, but as he got into therapy,
he still went with her and he still did it with her because she said he didn't deal with the stuff he had, but then he said he discovered that he did have issues from his childhood.
Right. And so it is so not good to get in relationships. Number one, but even engagement, thinking about marriage, until you get that help, because otherwise it's going to be a disaster. Unless in the marriage, like you guys made a mistake, really didn't know, because nobody told us like we should get therapy. Everybody was against therapy, like where we're from, right? But me on my own was like, no, we need help. And we still, need therapy.
I know I need therapy.
Yes, as a family, because we've been through a lot, guys. So, and then I like Will and Jada, they also did individual working on themselves.
Yeah.
because they had even gotten to a place where because Will talked about how he was this insecure little boy in this man's body. And so did he say he took 2 years? He took 2 years. He read like every book on just learning how to be secure within himself and not needing that from anybody else. And I just love it when I see our people, because I told you it's like, with the Black culture, especially that older generation, and that's so dysfunctional because you pass it down from generation to generation. But they don't believe in counseling, and if you mention counseling to them, it's like, I don't need no counseling. I know everything, and none of us know everything. So yes, it's very good to get counseling, especially when you're thinking about getting married. Not 2 sessions before you get married. I'm talking about
not like a week. Like that's what I like about Chad and Michelle. Like they don't even have a wedding date anymore. Period. Because they're not ready. They recognize through counseling that we are not ready for marriage. Now that doesn't mean that they don't want to be together anymore, and
right,
she's crazy or he doesn't understand.
Right.
But they recognize they need to do some work before they even say I do. And I think that's the best thing you can do, because after you say I do, it's like you're not stuck, but it's way harder to just leave everything.
Yeah. And a lot of times people are wounded, and sometimes they don't even know they're wounded until something
Triggers them.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
And so
that happened to me before. I've been triggered. I've been triggered, but I recognized it.
Yeah, I mean, we still get triggers, yes, but we've learned to handle them differently.
Way differently than before.
Yeah.
I feel like I have grown substantially.
We all have, and still got work to do.
In the past years.
Yeah. And still got work to do. Like they were saying, just all the hate that they got on social media. All the negativity, I'll say that.
Oh, from their relationship?
Right, from their relationship.
Oh.
Who cares what people say? As long as you get the help you need, you can't focus on
anyone else. Because guess what? The thing that people fail to understand is that no one is going to actually be in the relationship except for the two of you.
Unless people try to be in a relationship.
They can try, but what I'm saying is when you go home every day, you going home to that same person every single night. And when he don't make you happy no more with things, then what you gonna do?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely, because that doesn't make, like, even buying things for the person, it's all cute in the beginning. Girl, he bought me a Tiffany bracelet, blah, 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 blah. But then after a while, you'll see that you're never going to be satisfied from that. No. Excuse me. Wholeness has to come from within. You have to be happy with you and you only. So then when he stopped buying those Tiffany bracelets, it's okay. That shouldn't be based on, making you happy, what you're getting from somebody.
I feel like the question you have to ask is, if this person didn't have anything else, let's say he or she
That's good, daughter.
lost everything,
Mm-hmm.
would you still want to be with them? If they had absolutely nothing, gave you everything, whatever you wanted all the time, then all of a sudden they had absolutely nothing, would you still want to be with that person?
That's good. That's something to think about.
So that's the question I always ask myself.
Well, I ain't even thinking about dating, so.
I'm
I ain't
not
asking
thinking
no
about
question.
dating. I'm just saying previously.
Oh, previously, okay.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so grateful to God because I was that little girl that was so insecure. And it does, like Michelle was saying, it's things like you're exposed to when you're little that you never deal with.
Yep.
And you feel in some type of way, you just hold those feelings in. You heard me say feel in some type of way.
Yes, I did.
But yeah, you have to deal with those issues.
But I feel like at some point everyone has been insecure.
You think so?
I feel like every person has been insecure about one thing sometime in their life.
Well, no, mine was on a whole nother level, daughter. I think about some things that I used to do and I just be like, wow. And I didn't want that for you all.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't insecure in that way, but there's other ways I was insecure. It's just like, it's a thing that just happens, but you can't let it take over you.
Yeah.
You know, that's when the problem comes in.
I used to tell them all the time before they left for school. What I used to tell you before you left for school. You forgot. Be a leader, not a follower. That's what I would yell out the door. Be a leader. Be a leader, not a follower. Right?
That was from that Oprah thing.
I did not get it from Oprah.
That Oprah movie?
What Oprah movie?
When she had the girls, she built them that school. That girl was saying that.
Oh, well, they got it from me, boo.
No.
Oh, yeah,
you
boo.
started saying it after we watched the movie.
No, that is not true. That's so not true. I've been saying that since Torrin was getting on that bus.
Mom, we watched that movie young. And remember that girl was saying, she was like, be a leader, not a follower.
No.
And then you was like, I like that.
No, I didn't get that from her.
Okay.
Sorry. I didn't. No, that's a lie. I didn't. But I would always say to them, like, stay away from the drama crowd. Like, stay away from the negativity. And even if I saw them, like, following somebody, I'd be like, do not do that. Like, do not follow them because I did not want them.
I wouldn't say I followed people, but I did hang out with the wrong crowd.
Yeah. And I'd be like suspicious of her little friends, like, I don't trust that one.
Yeah, my friends were definitely out there.
And I remember I went on a trip with her in 8th grade, her 8th grade trip. And I saw all them little thoughts. All them little thoughts.
Mama.
I can't put that in the video. But
They're
they were
not thoughts.
okay. There were some fast little girls at the time, right?
Oh Lord.
And I told Tamaria, I was like, see, I told you, because they was doing stuff. This one little girl was on the bus and all her breast was out. And I said, what is wrong with her mother? She was only 13. How was 13, 14. And then I think she had a baby the following year, right? Didn't she have a baby her freshman year?
Don't tag me in this.
They're not going to know who I'm talking about. But
we're still friends on Facebook. Don't tag me.
Okay, the point is that could just, moms know. Like, we can pick up, like, that person, and then you just watch the behavior of that person. It's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be hanging out with that person. Now, you're not right 100% of the time, but I just tried to prevent them from going through what I went through. And I've fought really hard to make sure that they didn't have to endure the stuff that I endured with my low self-esteem growing up. And I'm grateful that they did not. I'm so grateful.
Yeah, my friends in high school were, well, first of all, we didn't have many minority at my high school, and so most of the time the black people would all hang out together, and the Hispanic, we would all hang out together because there was so little of us. But yeah, they were into some things back then. Thank God for a strong mind. Hallelujah.
Thank God for your mama. Because I tell them all the time, if I hadn't allowed the Lord to change me, we always talk about how y'all lives would have been.
Oh. Oh God.
Like, if I was still the same person back then, man, we would have had a messed up life. Because even growing up, like, we didn't go to church in my home. We may have gone to church a couple of times on Easter, or if I go visit my grandmother. And so they wouldn't have went to church. Now they, especially this one, like, if it's a Sunday we ain't going to church, she got an attitude. Why we ain't going to church?
I'm saying for real. I don't play that.
They get up in the morning and they do praise and worship. That's the first thing they do. I don't have to tell them. It's just natural for them. Or if we're running, as soon as we get in the car, they put on praise and worship music. And so I'm very, very grateful that their lives are different.
Yeah. But that's not to say anybody who didn't have that growing up can't be the same way that we are now. It's pretty much a choice that you have to make.
Yes.
Because we could have easily chosen to do the complete opposite.
No, they ain't have a choice. They did not have a choice.
In reality, we could have chosen to do something completely different. Like, there were plenty of people.
I do too. That is true.
Who were raised
One
very
way.
well.
Yeah.
And they did the complete 360 opposite. But
that is true. But I just knew the things that I had experienced. It's like when you live in the world, you live in, it is literally darkness, right? And so everything that you do is like dark, right? It's bad, it's not joyful, it's not happy. And so I did not want them to endure that. So when I say that, it was like fighting against the current. Like, I was swimming against the current. Like, the more I tried to do things differently, the more people were coming at me, giving me a hard time about trying to make sure that they didn't go the same route. Like, I was and I'm still very protective.
But that's the devil
of them. Yes, that is the enemy using people. Yeah. But things like, I think I'm better than everybody else, and that was not it. I just knew that what I grew up in and what I was doing was, not of God. Again, not joyful, not happy. It was just a really sad place. So I fought hard, and I'm still fighting to make sure that they don't go down that route. Now that doesn't mean that they don't make mistakes, and because they do. That we don't have our issues, because we do have our issues. Because I was about to jack Mary up the other day.
When?
Monday.
Oh, it was Monday.
Selfish Monday. But anyway, we're not going to discuss that.
First of all,
see what I done started? My point is
am
that
not selfish.
no, she's not selfish. But this is my point. My point is
you
is
can
that
forget Christmas for real now. Forget it.
daughter.
It's done. It's over.
The point is that none of us are perfect, right? But you know, we cannot pretend like we got everything together.
Oh, I would never.
or like nothing's wrong with us. Because
I can't even live like that. I can't live a fake fairy tale life.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible for me. What word am I looking for?
Too.
I'm too
real.
That wasn't it, but we'll take it. I'm too real for that. I can't hide or sugarcoat or pretend like my life is this way when it's not. Like, you're just going to get the real me.
Right.
That's just what
Same
it is.
here. And they be talking about I'm too real.
Yeah, she is.
Well,
certain things you can't just say to people.
Okay, they're talking about my drive-through issues, okay? That's what I feel like.
Customer service issues.
I feel like if I'm paying my money for something, that I should have it the way I want it. I shouldn't get attitude or we can't do it that way. And I'm paying you. If I ask for it a certain way, that's how you should give it to me.
Yes.
Oh, I'm getting my food free.
Never go out to eat with her. Ever. It's extremely embarrassing.
No, it's not. Because if her food isn't right, guess what she do?
That's because she's confrontational. I'm not confrontational.
She says, Mom, can you tell them to send that back?
I'm not.
And I'd be like, no, you tell them to send it back.
I'm not confrontational at all. And I really want to be, because I already have two things against me, right? I'm short.
Oh my goodness.
And I have a high-pitched voice, right? So people always tend to not take me seriously. It's like, I feel like I have to be mean or aggressive in order for somebody to take me seriously sometimes, because they see me and they're like, she's 16, she's 14. I'm grown, baby. Don't play with me. I'm grown.
First of all, I told her if I died today, she's going to have to do, not speaking that, but she's going to have to do that same thing. She's going to have to speak up. She can't let people walk all over her.
I'm just too nice and I'm too laid back. And
girl, get out of here. She can be aggressive when she want to be aggressive.
Yeah, within my home. Only time I'm aggressive is if I'm in pain.
Yes.
I don't care who you are if I'm in pain.
And this is the lie too. People think that aggressive means bad. Aggressive, well, sometimes it does mean bad, but
if you're aggressive all the time.
Right. But what we mean by like aggressive is,
like the dude at Ralph's.
Oh, yeah. Behind the counter is this guy at the grocery store by our house. But sometimes you have to speak up. Like, you have to say something. Like, you can't be afraid. And you do get things done. Like, last week, she had a deadline where she had to get shots and stuff for school. Okay. So, excuse me. So, because it was last minute, and we just had all kind of problems, like, you know how it is trying to get doctor's appointments and stuff.
Horrible.
Well,
I just want to say, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The healthcare system is so messed up. Go ahead.
Okay. You can expound on that when I'm done.
No, I'm just over it.
Okay. All right. So, the lady was like that they weren't seeing any more patients. And so now my aggressive kicked in, but it was a nice aggressive, right? So it was like, I was like, can you just call her? I said, can you just call? I was not taking no for an answer. I was like, can you just call the doctor and tell her? Because all she needed was an order to have this blood test done. I said, can you just call her and ask her if she can just give her the order? That's all we need. I said, please, that's all we need. She called her. Sure. She got the blood test done. Okay. Well, she got the order to get the blood test done. Mm-hmm. So, but what if I had just been like, which most people will, because she would have, if she had said to her, I'm sorry, the doctor said that she's not seeing any more patients, she would have been like, okay, and laugh and come to the car. And then I would have been yelling at her like, why didn't you just tell her to call her and ask her?
I don't like that.
So
I have to get better.
She has to get better because I'm not going to be here always.
Stop saying that.
It's the truth. I'm going to die eventually. Mom. I got about 50 more years here.
I try though. I try. Like, if they say, we can't take you, I'm like, well, could you ask the doctor? No, we can't. Then I'm like, okay.
And I be yelling at her, like, Tamaria, you should have spoke up. And then people be coming at her. They still come tell me. I was like, you should have said something.
Who came at me?
You know who came at you? Kind of manipulated you. You was telling me about.
No, I didn't know.
Whoa.
I usually say something like...
Well, you knew.
Look,
you should have said something up front.
No, I really didn't know. I'm usually like, yeah. Look, this is not that.
Well, I told her next time, be aware and say something. Because usually when you nip stuff, I believe in nipping it in the bud the first time. Because when you nip it in the bud the first time, they won't try you anymore. But I'm serious about that. If you deal with people the first time, most of the time, I'm not going to say all the time, but most of the time, they're like, okay, we know not to mess with her. So that's what I was telling her, that she should have said something to that person up front, and then that person wouldn't have said anything like that to her again. So, but anyway, guys, we're glad to be back. We hope to be consistent. What I tell y'all, let me tell you something. When you are a follower of Jesus, and I'm just talking about Christians, like Christians who really try, to follow and do all the things that Christ would have us do. The enemy absolutely hates you. So the enemy is always trying stuff with us, right? So even today, right? So we said we were going to do this video, and a couple things happened. So we get to the store, the remote won't work. Well, I get to the store, the remote won't work, right? So I cannot open up the doors. So I called Tamaria. Tamaria had to take a lift to come bring the other key to open the door. So we already had the stuff at home, right? I wasn't going to the store. Yes, I was. I was going to get some more corn. That's what I was getting. But all the other stuff was at home. So I get home, and we got crab legs in the freezer. Pull the crab legs out. The crab legs are spoiled. We just bought them Monday, right? So all we did was brought them home and put them in the freezer. So we have to drive to the store, take them back. We get to the store. They're out of crab legs. So we had to drive to this other store because I was determined. I was like, devil, you are a liar. No matter what, we're going to be consistent. We got a sign yesterday from a really nice person who, it was just so encouraging, and we just needed it. We needed it right then and there. And so I'm very grateful. I'm very glad to be back, and I hope to be consistent. I have nothing to say. Thanks, all right, guys. So we really enjoyed you guys. And watch that Breakfast Club video. It's with Michelle Williams and Chad. Again, I don't know Chad's last name.
Johnson.
Chad Johnson. And then Will and Jada's Table Talk. It's 2 episodes of just some of the things that they had to do within their marriage to become whole in order for their marriage to be healthy. So those are 2 good things to watch. But guys, we love you. And I see Tamari don't have nothing else to say. So talk to you guys soon. Oh, the breakfast bags. Okay, guys, one of the things that I started, and this was on my last couple of videos, I started making these breakfast bags for the homeless, right? They're so simple because when I would go out to work in the mornings, you see like all of these homeless people sleep on the street, like sleep in the middle of the sidewalk. I saw this man today. He actually set up his bed. He had his bed facing the street. He had I don't know if he didn't have on any pants, but he didn't have on a shirt. And I think he really thought like, he was waking up because he was talking like he was just waking up in the morning time, but he was outside. And so I see all of that so much. So I wanted to do something. I said, now, the one thing that I could do is to make sure that they have food when they wake up because I leave out early in the morning. So what I started doing is I take a few bags with me in the morning. And if I see somebody laying on the street, I'll just pull over, put the bag next to them so that when they wake up, they won't have to go look for food. Also, if I see somebody, like when I get off the expressway and they're asking, I'll give it to them. And when I say that, a lot of people judge homeless people. We should never judge homeless people because every bag that I have passed out, they open them immediately and begin to start eating. So I'm just encouraging people, if you have homeless people in your city, in your town, in your state, this is just something simple. It's inexpensive. I bought like a box of muffins, right? And I just put one in each bag. I got, I'll either do Capri Sun or Kool-Aid jammers or something for juice. I put a water bottle in here. I got wipes in here, napkin, spoon. I got a fruit cup. I don't know if you can see the fruit cup. I got Pop-Tarts. And I have a granola bar in here. Oh, and I have an orange. And so all of these are in the bag. It's like a full breakfast for them. And then there's some hair in there. Oh, here you go. So guys, I'm just encouraging people. This is just so simple to do if you can remember. It only takes like 5 minutes to make them. Put in the morning time, maybe about 2 or 3 bags, maybe 5 at the most. Just keep them in your car on your way to work, or if you work out or if you jog or whatever, just take a few with you and just pass them out. And I'm telling you, I have not had one person say that they didn't want the bag, or if I see them open up the bag, they immediately started eating their stuff. Okay, guys, love you. Talk to you guys soon. Bye. Smooches.